You know how to turn on the webcam. You know how to turn on your mic. This is just to get you comfortable with the tools, get you confident with your background, and making sure, and we're going to give you some tips on like how to be lit well, how to look good on camera, how to do audio, all that good stuff. So thank you for being here. I think we are right on the hour. Scotty, do you want to kick us off?
Let's go. Hey guys, thanks for being here. My name's Scott Hudspeth, and I run a class every Tuesday called Agent Mastermind. And man, I just get chills talking about it because Chris, you've been with me for 8 years. We've been doing this for 8 years. We usually do it on Tuesday, and we wanted to do a special class. We wanted to do a workshop and literally show you guys button by button, idea by idea, strategy by like mindset, get your mind right, get like just like kind of go crazy with this virtual reality that we're living in right now. And hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers that it'll be over soon. But in the meantime, we wanted to bring you guys up-to-date tool systems and strategies. And one of the big ones that I think the U.S. is using, I wish I would have started this, Chris, with you, is Zoom. So we're all on Zoom right now, and it's a free service. It's 100% free up to 100 participants. You can have up to a 40-minute meeting. I have my family and I have been playing dice games because we're not together. You can have, people are having happy hours. People are joining in church celebration and prayer and all kinds of really cool stuff. I know people that use this on a daily basis have been using it for a daily basis. And we just wanted to bring it to you to make sure that you knew all the buttons, all the tricks, all the fun things that you can do with this. More importantly, how to connect with your database, people that already know, like, and trust you so they don't forget about you. And just so you can be there in time of crisis for other people, just to be there to listen to them and see them face to face and grab your favorite drink, whatever that may be, or just to have a conversation so you can see their face. This is an amazing tool that everybody can sit around and just be around the computer and have a ton of fun. So without further ado, Chris is going to go over a PowerPoint for us really quickly. And then we're going to share with you guys some really cool tricks with this thing you can do and just talk about the mindset, answer any questions. Before you guys got here, we had some amazing success stories from a couple agents from over in California who actually sold 2 listings virtually without leaving her home. So there's stuff you can do if you have the right tools and you have the right mindset and you're just not scared of it. So we want to help you get comfortable with up-to-date tools, and one of them Zoom. So Chris, how's that, brother?
Awesome. Well, again, thank you for having me, Scotty. And hey, everybody. My name is Chris Johnstone, and we're thrilled to be here. So what we're going to do is go through a very quick presentation here, just to kind of bring you up on the tool. So you should now be able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
And we've got the working remotely. And so again, we're not going to spend too much time on all of the changes that are happening around us, but our customers are moving digital and they're not going to come back. They're going to want the convenience of these tools, and it's going to help make your business run more efficiently. So this isn't something that you're learning so that you can use it for the next week or so. This is something where this is going to be a long-term business tool. Video meetings are a new normal, and getting used to being on camera, having nice audio. These are now like core, the whole, the core business book, Dress for Success. Eventually somebody's going to write a how to online meeting for success for like the new economy, because that's what it's going to take to be successful. So we're here so that you can break this tool, so that you can figure out how to turn your audio on and off, make sure you look good on camera, so that you don't have to do it in front of a customer. You don't have to do it in front of a business professional that you're working with. You get to do it here so that you feel comfortable with these tools moving forward. So in running your business, here are some quick tips for you just to make sure that while you're running your meetings, you do it professionally. Scotty did a great job of, the tool that we're using is zoom.us. So ZOOM.us. There's been a lot of press about Zoom and security and all that good stuff. It is a great platform for what we use it for. We're not, we're not sharing, government secrets or anything like that. We're doing listing presentations. It's more than secure for what it is that we're using for. So yes, you need the Zoom app. You sign up for a free account, you have the Zoom app. When you send the link to whoever it is that you want to meet with, they will get a link that they can press on. and that will open up everything that they need to run the meeting. So it's not like 2 years ago where they would have to like download a piece of software and figure out how to get it on their computer. It's just like tap, tap, they're in the meeting, you're good to go. Once they're in the meeting, you want to make sure, so many of you are going to be using this on either your mobile phone or an iPad or a device like that. Make sure that you're not holding on to the device while you're doing the meeting and just like this, or I see so many people in corporate meetings right now, and they'll be on the couch with the iPad on their lap, and it's just like shot right up their nose. You've been like shaky all over the place, right? You've got to have a stand. You should have something like this. So this is, again, just like a little holder that you clip your phone into. Scotty's got his. Again, anytime I'm doing a meeting and I'm on my phone is in this so that it doesn't move. It's a pleasant experience for the person who's on the other end. On your computer, if you're working in an office environment where your laptop is down on the desk below you and you are looking down at the camera, get some books. Go on Amazon. You can buy like a $10 or a $15 laptop stand. Get your laptop up. Get your camera at eye level. You want to either be eye level or have the webcam either looking down on you or eye level, never look down on it. And I'll give you just like a quick example of what that looks like. So if I take my laptop off of my stand, right, you can see the office environment. You can see if I'm at the meeting and you're looking at me like this, that looks a whole lot different than when we put the laptop up on the stand and we're at eye level. You see how it changes?
Nobody likes to be looked down at, right? That's exactly. The whole, nobody likes to be looked down at. So just remember that when you're talking, just keep it up above you.
That's it. Now, your lighting and your background matter. A lot of people are doing meetings with, obviously, we put our desks with the window behind us, right? That's a typical office setup or a home office setup. Well, that lighting that's behind you will, all of the light floods out the camera, so your face goes dark. If people can't make out the features of your face, it's just weird to look at. So you want to make sure that you have a light behind the camera that's lighting you so that you look nice and well lit. So I started the presentation, and this is just like the standard office lighting that we have in the office. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this, and I'm going to put on the ring lights so that you can see the difference. So you can see I'm reasonably well lit right now, right? So check this out. Just give me 1 second.
And I'll share with you guys a desk mount that I have that's actually mounted on my desk, and it comes up. It's got a bendable. I'll show you guys with just a second after he's done, but it's I really like it a lot.
There you go. Very subtle change, but now the video pops. And if you're looking at me on a screen of 20 other people, you can probably see my tile stands out because of the brightness of the video and the fact that my face is lit. You'll also notice that in the camera screen, I'm kind of like, it's the base of my shoulder line and the top of my head, and I'm framed, just like Scotty. Scotty's very well framed on his video as well. You don't want to be so far back that they can't see your face, and you don't want to be right up against the screen where you're cutting off the top or the bottom of your head. A lot of people, when they're shooting like selfie videos on their phone or Zoom meetings, they have it right up in front of them so they can see the screen, but you've got to think about the other side of it, because all that person can see is this part of your face. And it's weird to have a meeting with somebody like that. So a couple of tips. I realize this is super basic stuff, but it's the little things that matter on a professional meeting. So hold your camera steady, good lighting, and sound matters. So if you're using your cell phone, you want to make sure you're either using a set of wireless earbuds, or you've actually got a lapel microphone. You can get them on Amazon. They're like $19, a little lapel mic that plugs into your phone. If you're on the laptop, which is where I do almost all of my Zoom meetings, I've got this little $100 microphone. It's the same one that Tim Ferriss uses for his podcast, and it gives you just nice, clear audio so that people can hear you. If they can't hear you, it's an ineffective meeting. Couple of other tips, things that people don't think about when they're doing online meetings. oftentimes your clients are going to ask you for resources. So they're going to ask you for comparables. They're going to ask you for what schools are in the neighborhood. They're going to ask you for all kinds of information about the specific listing that you're showing them, or whatever it is that you're meeting with them about. Create a Google Doc that has all of the links that you're going to need ahead of the meeting, and have it pulled up behind the screen so that you can access them while you're in the meeting with somebody. So if they ask you a question, you can just grab the link, drop it in the meeting, they have it in the chat, and then have a follow-up template ready so that you can email them right after the meeting. People in today's world want to do everything all at once and then move on to the next thing, just because people are so busy. So you want to make sure that your email follow-up goes out right after the meeting so that people will actually do whatever it is that you're asking them to do. So if you need feedback from a listing that they just saw, ask them for it right away. Follow up right away after the meeting. Don't let it go for half a day or a day. It's a whole lot easier to get feedback right away. Resources from the audio. I just put these in here, Scotty, so that you can send out the PowerPoints that people can.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
Now let's get into the Zoom part of things.
All right.
So when you go to zoom.us, you're going to sign up for a free account, and then you're going to see this screen. It says schedule a new meeting, and there's that button up there in the top left-hand corner that says schedule a new meeting. You're going to click on that button, name your meeting with the person's name that you're meeting with, and then your name. It's works both ways. They remember your name, you remember their name. Everybody knows who they're meeting with when they show up. It's just real easy to kick your meeting off, and then a friendly description of the topic. You pick the date.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. Simple but so personal. It's like having a sign when somebody comes to your office. It's like having, hey, welcome, Chris. You know, like it's literally that powerful. They feel special.
Yep. And they know it's not a link that you're using for just everybody to meet with everybody.
Correct.
Taking the time to set it up just for them. Date, time, duration, pretty standard stuff. On the meeting settings, you can choose whether the audio and the video turn on automatically when somebody joins. I recommend that you turn both of these options off. So the video, you want the host and the participant video off by default, because you don't want your client, running a couple of minutes late, running into the house, and they're not comfortable being on the webcam. They should have the choice to turn on their video and join the meeting when they're prepared. We've found that if the video is automatically on and somebody joins the meeting, they'll never ever come to another online meeting with you again. If the webcam turned on automatically, it just freaks people out.
I got a great story about that. I don't know if you want to hear about it, but I have a great story about, he didn't know he was going to be on camera. It was 12 o'clock, Chris. I got to throw some fun into this, right? So it was 12 o'clock, jump on a meeting, Zoom meeting. He pops up, he's like, whoa, and he didn't have a shirt on, and I'm like, hey bro, what's up? Like, first thing is get out of bed a little bit earlier and let's get something done, right? That was my first advice to him.
Oh man. Yeah, there's lots of, well, that's why we're having this meeting, so that you don't get caught flat-footed entering one of your meetings. So audio, choose both. What you'll find is roughly half of your clients aren't going to attend your meeting on the computer. They're going to want to call in and not have the webcam portion. So give them the ability to call in. The other option, mute participants on entry. That allows them to turn their audio on. So they turn on their webcam, they turn on their audio, totally up to them. And then you can record the meeting if you want. For your typical real estate meeting, you won't want it. But on the free version, that's something that you can give to your client. You say, would you like us to record this so that you can go through and look at the house later, so that you can review this later? And some of them say, yeah, that would be amazing, because we all know when they find the house they love, when they find that house they want to put an offer on, they'll watch that Zoom meeting 30 times that night while they're sitting on the couch. Like, oh, look at that in the kitchen. I didn't notice that the first time. Oh, wow, look at the tiles in the bathroom. Like, your buyers are at home at night doing that. And the Zoom recordings are actually a really cool way to keep them engaged. And again, it bonds them with you and all that cool stuff. So that's how you set up your meeting. Starting the meeting is actually very simple. When you log into Zoom, it knows what meetings you have for that day, and it'll show a list of the meetings right on your home page. So you just click the start button and away you go. And if you miss that for some reason, you can click on the meeting description, and then down there at the bottom with the number 3, that's the registration URL right there. So you can click on meetings and then kick off your meeting. Once you do that, it will ask you to open Zoom. You click on yes. Same on the mobile phone as it is on the desktop. Thank you to whoever put the annotation on there. And then running your meeting, this is the screen that you're seeing. So it's almost identical on mobile as it is on desktop. So these are the buttons that we're going to start messing around with right now. So on the left-hand side with the number 1 is the picture of the microphone. That's your mute button. So you can tap that button. It will unmute your microphone and we'll be able to hear you. Now we have, this is insane. We have 342 people.
You know, and I gotta say that like I've never been on a meeting like this where everybody's camera's on.
Ever.
Like I'm on, I see 2 screens and everybody but one person. So I gotta applaud to you guys. You guys are way ahead of the game here, having your cameras all set to go. So there's only one camera that I don't see on this many people here. Unbelievable.
That is awesome. So, hey y'all, happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing well. So we've got the audio, we've got the video, the invite button, number 3 that you see on your screen there. That if you have a client that comes into a meeting and they're like, hey, my spouse is somewhere else, I need to send them the meeting link. How do I do that? You click on the invite button inside the meeting. It will pop up a screen and it will give you the link right there. Click the button to copy the URL, send it to the client, and away you go. Under manage participants, this is also important where I've got the number 4 there. You can click on that. That will allow you to see everybody that's in the meeting, but also you're on most accounts, you have to let people into your meeting now. So it won't just open up and put everybody in like our meeting did today. We had to go in and put that setting on. By default, it's going to keep people in a waiting room and you're going to have to let them in. So you click on manage participants where we have that number 4 there and then accept people into the meeting. That also gives you the ability to moderate your meeting. So if a client pops on and their microphone is super loud, you can mute them, right? If they accidentally turn their webcam on and they don't want it on, you can turn it off. You've got full control over the meeting inside that manage participants window. That's how you run your meeting. Polling, don't really need to worry about. But then the share button, that's actually a really cool tool. So obviously I'm sharing my screen. You click the share button, they can see everything that's on your screen. You get to choose the window that you show them when you're sharing your screen. Same thing with your mobile phone. You can show them what's on your phone. Now, the other cool thing under the share button, when you click on that, there's a whiteboard feature. So you can click share, it will pull up a blank white screen. And then you can, if you're on your desktop, you can pull images onto it or you can just draw on it. So if you have something that you're trying to annotate or you're trying to, go through the figures of the home with them or whatever, you can turn on the whiteboard and go through it with them that way. Then there's the chat. Number 6 is the ability to record the meeting. And then number 7 is your advanced options. So if you pay for a subscription to Zoom, you can do things like broadcast to Facebook and all of those wonderful things. Then number 8, super important, how to end your meeting.
Yeah.
When it's over, it's over. You have to click end meeting and then end the meeting by clicking on the button.
Now, can you go back one, Chris? So real important here, and you might have covered it. So sorry if I'm blowing your thunder. On the one forward. One more, where the recording button was. Yeah. So we're number 6. So and you taught me this the other day, and I've always used the cloud, so I just got lucky. But when you record this, you have 2 options. You can record in the cloud, and you can record on your desktop. Now, the problem I've seen and I've heard of this happening is if you record on your desktop and then when you're done, you close your laptop, you might not get the recording.
Yeah.
So just always record in the cloud, and then what it'll do is it'll email you a link to the recording of anything you talked about, anything you shared on your screen, any house you looked at, any listing you went through, anything you have, you'll have a recording of it so you can send that to whoever was with you on that recording.
Awesome. That's a great tip, Scotty. Awesome. So again, there's a password. If anybody needs a password to get into your meeting, when you start your meeting, it's right there on the home screen. You don't even have to go anywhere to get that. It's right there. And then, as I mentioned, you're going to have to admit people into your meeting. That menu, when you click on Manage Participants, that menu bar is over on the right-hand side, and you click on Admit there to let people into your meeting. All right. So Scotty, this one here.
Yep. But yeah, so this one here, and I don't, so I just wanted to share this one. So if you have the paid version with the webinar, so if like a lot of people have called me and said, hey, how do you go live on Facebook, or how do I record a podcast and go live on Facebook? So you have to have the webinar version of it. It's $40, up to 100 participants, but that gives you that button right there with the 3 little dots that says live on Facebook. So you'll see a lot of people that go live on Facebook, it'll say powered by Zoom down in the corner. They're using the webinar version of Zoom. You don't need it. So unless you want to go start recording, podcasting, going live on Facebook, live on YouTube, that's what you're going to have. But there's so many ways around it. Again, it's $40 a month. So that's the webinar version of Zoom to go. Mainly, the only reason you would want it to go with, I could, if I would have done this as a webinar, all your faces wouldn't have shown, but I could have went live on Facebook with Chris and I, and then done a webinar presentation and been live on Facebook. We wanted to do it so we could see all your faces, which is pretty cool. So that's what I wanted to put that up there for, Chris.
Awesome. Okay, great. And then we've got this one here.
So I wanted to show these 2 arrows. So there's an arrow. This is where some people go, like, my camera's not working. So when you see the video down on the left, it should automatically see your video. But if you have an extra video, like I have a Logitech, my laptop's folded up in a corner, and I have a Logitech camera. So this allows you to choose the different video that you want, or camera that you want rather. And so if you click on the arrow next to the video, and you see FaceTime, which would be my computer, or Logitech, which is my external webcam.
Awesome. And I'm trying to help out in the comments.
Which one you choose?
You choose whatever camera is in front of you. So whatever you feel is best, or whatever has the best lighting. If you're on a laptop, you're only going to have one, so you're not going to have to worry about it. Some people use a desktop with an external mic that maybe, like for example, the iMac has a camera already in the screen, and then some people have an external Logitech because it's just a better quality camera. So you can choose which one you want if you have a better quality camera that's external.
I don't see that because I'm on my laptop and I don't get a choice. And this is Julia. I'm sorry, I don't even know whether you can see me or not, but I did try to turn my video on, but I can't tell whether you can see me or not.
Yes.
As long as if there's only one camera, we can definitely see you. There's too many people here to find out which one you are, but for sure.
Julia, we can only see the top of your head.
Oh yeah, there you go. There she is. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, it's getting better.
Yeah, pull your camera down a little. Pull your laptop down a little bit.
Thank you. That's what I want to know. Thank you.
There you go.
There we go. We can see you now.
Looking good. All right.
That's what I was wondering. Thank you.
That's what this is all about. Very cool. Very cool. And then so this one here is the one next to the speaker button. So you guys got a mic button. If you have an external microphone like Chris has, or if I have, you're going to want to choose which mic which mic you use. If you only have one computer, one laptop, you're not going to get a choice. It's just going to automatically choose it for you. But I have a Yeti mic, and I think Chris has a Yeti mic, so I choose the Yeti mic. I can go back to my other mic if I want to, but obviously if you have a better quality mic when you're doing these Zoom meetings, use that microphone, because sound is important to have. You can have a shaky video, but always have good quality sound. Now, if you're on a phone, no choice. It's just going to be your phone mic, and your phone mics are amazing, so don't worry about that. So I wanted to show you that.
Awesome.
All
Okay.
right.
Cool.
I want to play that share button, Chris, if you don't mind. So I want to share with you guys. A couple things. You want to stop sharing there, Chris, for 1 second?
Yes.
So I want to show you a cool feature. Now, I don't know why you might want to use this, but I just want to share with you, if you have a phone app, or if you have, maybe you get, as a real estate agent, you have an app that you want to give to your client. Does anybody on here have a phone app that you say, hey, if you're going to look for homes, go through here. All right, so check this out. So on the share button, that green share button, there's an option that says iPhone, iPad, either one. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to make sure that you're on the same Wi-Fi as your phone, okay, that your computer's on. So if you click that on an iPhone or Droid, I'm not sure on a Droid if it's going to work, but this is through AirPlay, so which is pretty cool. So I'm going to swipe down. I'm going to choose screen sharing, and in 2 seconds, you're going to be able to see my screen. Now I can show you my phone. So I can show you the app. I can show you whatever app it is. Like if it's a home, like Home Snap or whatever, you guys probably hate that and everybody's going to leave right now. But like if it's a Home Snap app and you want to show this app and say, hey, when you go to this app, you're going to click this and download this and enter your information here. You can actually do that on your phone. Show them how it's going to look on the phone while you're showing them Zoom.
How did you get to that, Scotty?
It does work on Android.
It does. Good. Awesome.
Thank you, Sue.
Can you go through that again and say
Yeah,
hi?
how did you get to that, Scotty?
Yep. So here's let me do a little snapshot of this. Let me just go like this, like this. I'm going to share with you what I'm seeing. 1 second. Sorry, guys. I got to take a picture and then get it to show up. All right. There's that. Let me share my screen. Close that out. All right. So here's a picture of what you're going to see right here. So you're going to have a desktop. Can you guys see that? Okay. Desktop. I have 2 desktops. So I have my first desktop, second desktop, and then I have whiteboard, which we'll show you in just a second. And then I have iPhone. This is AirPlay, and then there's a cable. If you're hooked up, you can do it by hookup, but I just clicked on this iPad, and then on the iPhone, what I did is I can show you that. On the iPhone, let me just show you. Let me get back on here so you guys can see it.
Hey, Scott, sorry to interrupt you. Just a comment. Could you, if you do this class again, could you have a beginner's and an experienced version of this? Because I'm not getting everything you've got there. I've got these apps, but I'm not following you as quickly as you're moving through it.
Yeah, and it's all being recorded, so I'm going to make sure that everybody attended gets the recording so you guys can go back. But
Great.
on the
Thank you.
iPhone, and I don't know if you can see my camera or not, but on an iPhone, you swipe from the top right down, and it gives you this option right here, where you have your Wi-Fi and everything, and all that stuff. So see where it says Zoom right here? So this is where if you had an Apple TV, and you want to share your phone on your Apple TV that's hooked to your TV, this is how you would get there.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
All right, cool.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to be a nerd. I'm sorry. This is Julia again.
No worries.
I don't have no iPhone. I don't know anything about an iPhone. I use the Droid, and I don't see anything like that you're talking about on the Droid. And I do apologize for disturbing y'all.
No worries.
I'm done.
I'm
I'm sorry.
have to do a little research on the Droid. Chris, would you know how to do the Droid part of the sharing part?
The steps should be the same. It should because I haven't used it on a Droid before, but I do know I have seen other people that have been able to do it. So Julia, it might just take a little bit of fiddling around with it, but play around with it in the background. And the other thing is you can after you've set up your own Zoom account, Droid. There we go. Somebody figured it out.
All right.
That is awesome. So go to zoom.us, set up a free account, run a meeting with just yourself.
Yeah,
and play around with some of the tools because that'll get you the
directions. Yeah. And while if you want to answer another question, I'll Google share.
Chris, quick question. If we want to just record our screen ahead of time and not have a meeting, do we still have to schedule a meeting with just ourselves?
Yes.
Well, yes and no. Go ahead, Chris. So you can use your personal link that you have. So when you sign up for Zoom, you have a link that's always live. So if I was going to do that and not invite anybody to it and nobody was going to know I was going to be there, I would just use the link that Zoom gives you when you first sign up. It's called your hey, somebody just shared theirs. There we go. Uh-oh, might get crazy here. Is that you, Chris?
No, it's not me.
Right. Okay. All right.
But so to answer that question, so yeah, so what you can do is you can also go into your Zoom account, and up in the top right hand corner it says meet now, and you can just run a meeting right now.
Yeah. There you. Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool.
Scotty, that was me sharing. Just want to let you know. David Jones.
Hey, David. What's up?
Thank you,
Were you
David.
the one doing it? You dog. Look at your background. I love
I
that.
figured it out, man. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
All right. Let me show you what Chris is talking about. That's even easier than what I said. So let me just show you what he's talking about. So on here, when you log in, this is what you're going to see. You're going to have your own Zoom link. You're going to have join a meeting, host a meeting. So you're going to have both schedule a meeting, so you can just host a meeting, video off, video on, screen share. So just join a meeting, Chris, is the one you would use?
Yes.
Okay.
So hold on. Let me see. No, host a meeting.
Host a meeting.
The one beside that, and then go with video off.
Okay.
And it doesn't really matter because you can turn it on once you're inside the meeting.
Okay.
But
Okay.
host a meeting, and that'll just kick you off right away, and then you can send the link to anybody you want.
Great idea, though. And I think what you're thinking of is when you do this, you can record something you want to send to somebody, take the recording, download it, send it, text it, whatever you want to do it. You can absolutely do that.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Scott. I was just trying to think of how do I do, which, you've called evergreen videos.
Yes.
It might be answering a frequently asked question.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to think of like how to save time with repetitive questions like that and do an evergreen video.
Yeah, and you're brilliant, because if you guys have 10 things that you should know before buying a home, selling a home, you can start a library. And here I'm gonna show you a setting that you need to if you're gonna start doing meetings, so they show up side by side and you're not just recording the person that's speaking. So when you set up Zoom, you're gonna go into your settings right here, and then you're gonna click on the recording part of it. All right. So in the recording part of it, you're going to see all these options that down here. What you want to do, and make sure you check this gallery view. When I first started Zoom, the gallery view was not automatically checked for me. And then the cool part about the recording is if you want to record a podcast, you want to record face-to-face, you want to record face-to-face and a podcast at the exact same time, you have two recordings. You have gallery view with your faces and audio, or you can just download the audio version of the podcast as well. So it's really cool. So just check all of these when you get into your settings part of the go-to meeting or the Zoom. There's a Freudian slip, right?
That's amazing, Scotty. Now we're getting a number of people asking about the virtual backgrounds, and Mike has his dialed in. He's chilling on the beach. That looks amazing.
I love it. I love it.
Are you able to kind of walk people through
Absolutely.
how you get that virtual background?
Absolutely. So right next to the stop video button, there's an arrow. On that arrow, I'm just going to take a little picture and show you guys, just so you guys know where it's at. And Chris, we were talking about this before the class. So for some reason, you have to have a certain computer, a newer computer, should I say, that you need to have to make this work right. So what you're going to see when you first start this, you're going to see this little, let me just close this out so you don't. So this little arrow right here, if you click on this arrow, you're going to see choose virtual background. All right. And you guys can all try this. And if you try it, there should be some pictures in there for you. And if not, I'm going to show you how to upload the pictures that you want to choose. And all I did, guys, is I Googled cool Zoom backgrounds. And I found a bunch of, like the one I have right now is a free picture that I found. So when you choose virtual background, if you don't have any pictures there, I'm going to show you how to upload them. Let me just do a little picture here. There we go. Sailboats. I love it. All right, one more second here. All right.
Man, I gotta tell you, I'm going through as people are changing their backgrounds on here.
Is it awesome?
Oh yeah, everybody.
Fun.
So Eric's got the sailboats up. Tim's got his webcam covered, but so many of you are well writ. Like Julie, you look fantastic. You look great on camera. Like. Very impressive. So some of you might want to get those cameras up a little bit. Gary, you look fantastic. Mr. Cooper, you look great. Yeah, everybody's looking good. A little bit of lighting. Brian, you look great. I love the whiteboard in the background. So
Very cool.
yeah.
So if you get to where like some of you see that you see the little like you see it like almost a shadow, what
just
might
filling in some
what might pop up?
blanks here and
Yeah. So what might pop up is you see a thing that comes and said you must have this type of computer or this type of memory or this type of storage or whatever it is. I don't know exactly. Someone was reading it to me the other day. But when you go to
nice.
your
Yeah,
virtual
no,
background-
I mean, I've been living out here in Pecos and I live in the
sorry.
village.
Hold on.
I've
We
been
got
living out
somebody
here
that's
since 2006.
Whoops! I just
Even a friend of mine asked me yesterday.
There we go. Got her. All right. All right. So yeah, when you choose your virtual background, you're gonna see that little picture right there. You're gonna see this little picture, and then like there's probably none. You can always go back to none, and then there's a little plus right here. Plus?
May I ask something? Here's Carmen Howard. Yeah, why it is?
There we go. Got her. Oh, look at that. Look at that background. So if you see the shadow in the background, what you might want to do, let me just share with you guys real quick here. What you might want to do is I have a green screen. You don't need a green screen. Make sure that's not checked. If that's checked, that might cause a problem. And then mirror my video. All right.
Nobody comes.
Then you can upload photos right from your download folder, your document folder, anything like that. Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question? I apologize.
Oh, no, please.
So when I want to do, I'm trying to set the screen, and I apologize, I missed it. So I choose the virtual background, and I have none. So if I want to add one, where did you say I need to go?
That little plus button, that little plus button, yeah, hit that.
Okay.
And then it'll ask you to like grab a folder, like download folder wherever your pictures are.
Okay.
And then
add image.
Yep. There you go.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
I'm seeing that. Aha.
Hello? Hello, can I ask a question?
There we go. Carmen, go. Is it Carmen? Or who's
Yeah, why it is like this in my picture?
Yeah, so what's happening is I'm guessing you're either turn off the green screen. Is your button for the green screen turned on?
It's on, yeah?
Check that so it's off.
Computer doesn't meet minimum requirement to use this feature without a green screen background.
There you go. There you go. Okay,
And try moving back from the camera a little bit, Carmen.
No, it's not my background. That's my office. So I wanted to put a background. You see, when I put a background picture in, I look like, whoa, like a ghost.
Make sure this is make sure this is unchecked right here under your photos. I have a green screen.
Yeah, and then I come back. Then it goes back to my normal screen. Okay, I will figure it out. Don't worry.
Okay.
Scotty, mine does the same thing. It says that the minimum requirements of the computer doesn't allow it.
The green bottom.
So you have to download pictures from the internet and save them to your desktop?
You do, or if you have someone.
I don't have anything.
Okay, so you'd have to find a good, like, so if you guys go to, and I'll just show you where, I should have saved the links and given them to you. Let me just show you really quick here.
Because I don't have any pictures to put up there.
Right. Cool Zoom backgrounds.
Is this only available for paid subscriptions?
Nope. This is for the free version as well. Yep. So anybody want this one? That would be a good one. So that's similar to the one I have.
Okay, virtual backgrounds.
Yeah.
So Scotty, I'm so sorry, brother. I'm a little bit over time. I got to run.
Okay, man. No worries, dude. Chris, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
You are amazing. Congratulations, everybody. Great work. And
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, I'm going to stick around for questions if you guys have any. So I'm more than happy to stick around for questions. Let me ask you this question. Have you guys learned something from this? Is this something that you would want to do on a regular basis?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Definitely. And slower.
Yes, please, Laura.
Yes,
yes.
Great.
All right. I'm bringing value.
The baby boomers,
I got a question. I got a
Go
question.
over here. I can just say reaction.
Yeah, and so what I'll say to that is, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Did Julia have a question?
Yes, Julia had a question. I'm sorry, you're gonna probably beat me off for you asking so many questions. I do apologize.
Oh, you're on the night.
What a question is that I'm trying to find out. I guess I don't have the proper thing here. I have a brand new laptop out, maybe a year and a half old. But the thing of it is that you all are sharing your background, virtual backgrounds, and all I can see is you. But I don't know. Am I supposed to open up another screen or something to tap into Zoom to do a virtual background or what?
Yeah, so you have to, you can do it right now, but what might be, you have to play, if you click on that arrow next to the video, arrow next to the right of your stop video. So, and you might have lost the background, but you got to find the Zoom background somewhere on your computer where all the people are, and then click the arrow next to it where it says choose virtual background.
Can you repeat that?
My screen keeps switching, so I can't see anything you're doing, Scott. All I see are the participants. I don't see what you're doing.
Yeah, let me just take a picture so you guys can see it, what I'm talking about.
You can go to Scott's video and pin it, like go to his image and pin it so that you always see him.
I can't hear you. What is that?
One sec, I'll show you.
Oh, I just figured it out.
Yay!
Hey!
All right.
I got it figured out.
What if you don't have that arrow next to the start video?
Right here. See, if you guys are looking at my screen.
Oh, you might have to.
So looking at my screen. So right here's an arrow. Right here. Click on this arrow. You're gonna see the video, and then to choose virtual background.
Okay.
And then when you click on that,
do that,
see this right here.
Woohoo! I learned one thing.
Go to this, and then you'll be able to choose your virtual background or upload a picture.
Thank you, Scott.
I don't know where they came from.
hey Scott.
Yeah.
I can't get rid of the.
When I do that, I don't get the background to come up.
There might not be a background there, buddy. You might not have any pictures. You have any?
No. When I go into the button beside the stop video, first time I did it, it came up.
It comes up.
The backgrounds to choose.
Is there something that says more?
Now it's sending me to this plus button. It says virtual background, and then it's got this plus button on the right.
Yeah, there you go. So you might not have any videos there. It sounds like if you have a plus button, you're already in the setting where you need to be to actually choose the virtual background. But you
how do I get to those that showed up originally?
There's none that come with it. Sometimes there is, and sometimes there isn't. It's kind of weird.
Well, like I said, the first time I clicked on it, it showed me all these backgrounds to choose from.
It showed you all the backgrounds? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so here's what might have happened. See on the left-hand side here, where it says general, video, audio, screen share? You might have clicked one of those. Choose virtual background.
Yeah, that's what I got. I got virtual background chosen. I don't get your screen like you're showing me now.
Okay.
That one doesn't come up anymore.
When I choose virtual background, it says the first one, none, blank.
Oh, it does?
There are options at all.
Okay, so maybe when you start your own, it'll be there for you, and then you'll have them there. Maybe if you just have a new account, or it should. Some people it's working for, some people it isn't.
Operator error.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go there.
But where do you find the whiteboard?
It's all technology, so whatever is best. So still got a bunch.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please do.
I have the Mercats.
Okay, all right.
And they are my profile picture. And when I first started using Zoom a few weeks ago, you could make your profile picture as your picture here.
Okay.
And now it only gives me the choice of either, live with whatever background I have, or the virtual background. And my profile picture, which is the Mercats, is not an option anymore.
To have as your profile picture?
Well, I have it as the profile picture, but it used to be the third option here. So in other words, I could just have the static picture of the Mercats without me in it, but it doesn't do that anymore.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure about that. When with just the Mercats in it, yeah, I wouldn't know how to just have it as your profile pic. I wouldn't. I know there's some crazy stuff that I tried to do with Snapchat, and I would not recommend it because I don't know if you guys watched Saturday Night Live on Saturday, but they were turning themselves into pickles, and like literally I would be a pickle, and she couldn't find how to return off the pickle, so she's like talking around in her screen like a pickle, and it was kind of funny. So I would.
Scott, how do you find the white screen again?
Yeah,
The-
so
the
if you click on the
whiteboard.
share button, click on the green share button,
Ah, okay.
and then when you click on that.
Yeah.
There's
okay.
gonna be a bunch of choices there for you to choose from. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. There you go. Good job, guys.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
It's Bettina Robson, Fort Lauderdale. How you doing?
Hey, neighbor. How you doing?
Yeah, man. Are you enjoying
Hey, is
our
that
weather?
Boca Lake? Is that Boca Lake right there behind you?
No, actually, that's the Intracoastal in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I do have a green screen behind me, and my question to you is, when you're looking at my picture on your end, does it look pixelated or weird? Because I'm looking at it, it looks kind of weird.
It looks great to me. I mean, it's probably because whoever, like, if you took the picture yourself, depending on how you took it, and then depending on how I'm looking at it, like it's on my screen as full. But if I shrink it down a little bit, it would probably look. I mean, it's depending on the quality of the picture you upload.
Well, I think it's my face too. I look kind of pixelated.
Yeah.
Of
So
course, it might have to do with the fact that I'm over 60.
I was thinking that was the best part of the picture, actually. So. So
We're all pixelated after over 60.
or is it pickled?
Pickles.
Looks great, Bettina.
Bettina,
your picture.
This is Sharon Poisel.
Hey, Sharon.
Hey, I just, I've been going to go back over this, and I know you said you were going to send it out, but something for everybody is a program called Call Note, one word. If you Google it and you download it, you can record any scenario.
We can't hear you.
Is it called Call Note? I think it's called Call Note.
Spell that.
Maybe write it into the chat.
That's what I'm going to do here. See, I'm going to make sure that's what it is. Call Notes. That didn't work.
What is it?
It's Call Note.
CALLNOTE. Somebody find it. Oh,
Sharon, your
it's
audio is muffled.
callnote.net. It's callnote.net.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Yep, this is cool. Here, I'll show you guys on the screen. Callnote.net.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Recorder, download, Skype for Windows. I saw Zoom in here somewhere too. All right, very cool. Thanks, Sharon.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? My name is Revi. Can you hear me?
Hey, Revi. Yeah.
Hi. Thanks for this is so great. I love this because we need to learn about Zoom so badly. So two things. Number one, how if let's say there's a PDF document I want to give to 10 people, how can I do that on here?
Yeah.
That's A. And B, wasn't there a feature that if I wanted to ask a question, I could raise my hand? I can't figure out where that is here.
So the thing on chat is you can type it in the box. There's not a thing to actually, I guess there is a thing to raise your hand.
I've seen it on other webinars or events,
So what happens is, so it raises your hand when you ask, like when you type a question in the chat box, it actually will raise your hand for you. So I can scroll through here quickly. Obviously you're not going to have 400 people on a call, but if I scroll through
I'm
here,
going to have 1,000 people. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Hey,
go girl.
I can't wait. Well, no, I was like, you're not going to have 400. I meant you're going to have 1,000. So like,
that's right. Now we're talking.
Yes. So, so I would just have people ask questions in the box. That's what most of the time people do. And then they just ask, and then it'll show you, if you look over on the right, can you guys see the hands by chance? Arvid, ask a question.
I don't see the hands. Yeah.
Diane, ask a question. No? You guys don't see those? Okay.
I see.
You see them?
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys see the hands, the blue hands? So it shows who's asking the question. So I can click on Diane, and it'll I can actually talk to her, or I can see in the chat box down on the bottom that who specifically asked the questions.
Where are the hands at? Where would you see that? Like, do
Underneath
they say
the
questions?
participants? Yeah, if you click on the chat, you'll see all the people that are here. And then at the very top, they all show at the very top.
Yes.
Then there's a button that says lower hand as well. So after I ask Carrie, Carrie, ask a question. Carrie Fish, thanks for being here, Carrie. And then after I answer her question, I can lower her hand knowing her question was answered. So.
What's the best way?
I don't see the hands.
I don't either.
I
look for it.
If you go in participant and click on it, it should show you everyone.
Oh, you click on participant, not the chat. It's the participants you click on.
Yeah, click on participants.
Oh, I was looking at chat.
I see. You see your option, mute me or raise
hand.
Yep.
So I'm raising my hand, but it does it do it on the screen or just in the participant?
Here's
it now
cool part,
it goes on the
shows up in your
screen.
picture too as well. It shows up in
your
yeah.
Scott, could I just throw something in here?
Please.
Yeah, I just want to share with everybody on the call. Whenever you have tech problems, I mean, obviously we're getting so much here from Scott, but go to YouTube, type in your question, and there are hundreds and hundreds of kids and guys that spend their whole lives just teaching things. YouTube University.
No, we need Scott. We need Scott to do it for us.
Of course we do, but if you're stuck and you're at home and something like that, heck, right, Scott? I mean,
well, here's the thing I'll tell you guys. So when I first started the Mastermind,
I'm a Zoom video, the arrow to the right of it. The webinar.
So you guys know.
Yeah, I mean, it's so
7-year-olds teaching you how to do all this stuff. It's insane. Like you just Google how to use Zoom for real estate agents, how to use Snapchat for real estate agents, how to use Instagram, how to use Pinterest, how to use Hootsuite, like how to it's the content that's there on on a free time watch.
Okay, but I have a problem over here. See, the Zoom had a
how do you find the person you need
I'm looking at that, and there are 342 people on that. I'm the only one who's I can see everybody, and my video is not working.
There we go. Okay. Oops, nope. There we go. Got him. All right. What was that?
Thank you.
I wanted to find out how, when you're doing a presentation with like 30-something people, how do you discover the person you need to mute?
So over on the left-hand side under participants, I can see their microphone and their voice moving, the microphone going up and down.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yep. And I believe there's a way to get everybody at the same time. I just don't, I haven't figured that part out yet. So I just look at whoever's talking and then I mute them.
Scott, I had a question.
Scott.
Putting in control.
Badna, what'd you say? I missed it.
I said, Scott, you're funny.
That's why you're listening to him.
So Scott, what does call notes? What does it do again?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
The call notes. What was that? What does it do again?
Call notes. So that is a I'm not actually sure. I'll have to do a little research, but it's a video call recorder. Best video call recorder for Skype, Hangouts, and GoToMeeting. I'm not really because this does the recording for you. You just got to make sure to click the record button, or better yet, when you set up a meeting, click automatically record meeting. So you never, and you can edit it. It's really easy to edit it, but just click record for every meeting that you start, and then you never miss a beat on it.
Then how do you access it afterwards?
So it's going to send, so when this is done, it's going to show up in my Zoom record. I'll show you. That's a great question. So when you log into your Zoom account, it's going to show you on the recordings right here. It's going to show up right here. In fact, I probably have a couple recordings here where that we do a morning show. You see this right here? It's like it's sitting there waiting and it's processing. So it's processing as we keep going. So after it's done, it'll send me an email and then I'll be able to send you guys or post a replay link to you guys so you can either download the video. Here's the cool part about this. Like let me just show you. This is a good one too. So if I click on this, it gives me the gallery view and audio only. So I can download just the audio. If I said, hey, I recorded a podcast, I can just download the audio version. If I wanted the gallery view, which is us, all of us on the screen, that's the gallery view. If I want the speaker view, I can do that as well. And so you have a bunch of different options there. Or you can download all three.
Scott, I apologize. Did you, in reference to sharing a document to everybody, how do we do that?
I'm sorry. So the best way to do that, the best way to do that is, I don't know for a fact. Let me just try something here. All right, so we're doing, let me just see if I can we're doing a class on HomeBot coming up. I think that here's the best way that I would recommend doing it. Do you guys know what Google Drive is?
Yes.
So Google Drive is a free, so google.com/drive. You can upload Excel spreadsheets, PDFs, documents, anything you want, and you can create a shareable link. And that's where, when Chris said, hey, be prepared when you're gonna like talk to somebody with all your stuff that you want to share with them, you can upload your documents, and you can put as many documents in there as you want. Like for example, let me just share with you one thing. So Tuesday I did a presentation on BombBomb, which is that video sharing platform for email and stuff like that. So let me just share with you. I'm going to share with you guys that link right now. I'm going to grab.
That was a good one. I liked that. I saw that one.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. So I'm going to post that link right in here. You guys can see it. So there's the whoops, that's on private only. Hold on one sec. Let me go all. Everyone, there you go. So you guys should be able to copy and paste that link into a browser and see the 3 documents that I gave away on in the chat box down there. You guys see that?
Nope.
No, I don't see it.
It's under the chat.
Yeah, it's
Click
under the
on chat, and it's the last.
chat. And if you see only participants, click on it again, and it'll show you the chat box.
I see it.
It's there.
Okay, cool.
Where?
So that would be a way to share any document you want, PDF pics, listings, Word doc. You can put anything into a folder. And maybe that'd be a good class to do like a hands-on workshop.
Yeah, I think we need a separate one for that.
Okay, cool. All right.
I agree.
All right, Richie Kaplan.
All right.
One question, please.
Yep.
I just wanted to know, is this any better or any worse than using BombBomb?
This is totally different. So BombBomb is a video sharing platform for email and screen sharing and stuff. So it's,
right.
It's not a meeting for having virtual meetings.
Okay.
Is that BAM for Mary?
Bomb, BOMB.
Oh, BombBomb.
Yep.
Okay.
I remember years
Scotty,
ago.
is there an easy way to find someone on here? Like if you invited someone to come to a meeting and there's so many people, is there a quick way to like type in their name or find them?
I just scroll up and down looking for the name, Dave. Yeah, I just know your voice, so that's kind of nice. But I just scroll up and down looking for the name to make sure that you know, if I'm looking for them. And then the cool part is you can make them a participant. So you guys know on a meeting, you can do all the share stuff if anybody wants to take control of that. So it's kind of cool. But mainly it's just looking for the name of who you're looking for.
Got it.
So here's Jim.
There is a search bar up there too, Dave. There is a search bar. So if I put in Dave, it's gonna, it should show me Dave. It did. So I just put in part of your name. Like if I put in Arvid. Yeah. So that comes up.
Where is that? That's looking for.
Right above the participants. If you click on chat, and then it's right at the top.
Oh.
Scott, it's Debbie from Memphis.
Hey, Debbie from Memphis.
Hey there. Why is my hair doing all this moving?
That's just what it does every day. Come on, don't play us.
This will make a bad hair day.
Yeah.
Why is it doing this?
We all have a bad hair day.
Oh, I know. Mine's every day. But my hair's just, it goes away and comes back. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's just part of the background. It's okay though. Maybe you move a little closer to the computer, a little far away, kind of play with it that way.
Okay.
Okay. There you go.
Scott,
yeah.
I've found that when I mess around with different backgrounds, it changes the way my hair looks.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the color in the background. If you change that, it might change that whole thing.
Oh, thanks. That's a good.
You're welcome, Debbie.
All right, guys. I hate to say this, but I gotta fly.
Bye-bye.
I got a 2 o'clock call. I sincerely appreciate you guys being here. Honored to be a part of your lives. We'll do this again very soon.
Thank you.
We'll do it next Friday.
Thank you. Amazing.
Thank God.
Thank
Scott,
you.
thank you. And your hair looks great, Scott. Nice haircut.
Well,
Nice
this is a
haircut.
good way to do
Next Friday sounds
referrals.
good.
This is a good way to refer each other from a coast to coast.
That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Could say I'm blah, blah, blah from Thousand Oaks, California.
Yes.
Great way.
That's a great idea.
Refer each other.
All right, you guys have an
Okay.
amazing weekend. Stay safe.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you, Scott.